Hi there, Trevor here from DoubleBill Movies. Right, I've got a new series for you. It's called Two Trues. Basically, two as in the number two, true films, true stories, and or based on closely. So I thought I'd do this once a month. Now we're obviously in February, but I had this idea at the end of January. I did get around to watching a couple of true story films with a friend of mine who started to come round, and we started working our way through some Steven Spielberg films that he wanted to see. We just happened to watch these two films sort of first. Anyway, so the first one we watched, this is on the H&V Premium Collection. Would be nice if we get a 4K of this because it's from Paramount, but it looks pretty damn good on this Blu-ray. But it is Amistad. So as you can see, starring Anthony Hopkins, Matthew McConaughey, Morgan Freeman, and this gentleman here, I think I pronounced his name correctly, Djimon Hounsou, or Hounsou. You may recognise him from Gladiator and lots of other films. I probably think he's in, might be in the Wakanda films, wouldn't surprise me. Anyway, I really liked this film the first time I saw it, and until I watched it more recently, because I actually watched it before I watched it with my friend, I didn't realise how brutal it is, and actually how graphic it is. Maybe the DVD that I used to have could have been censored. I don't know. I don't have it anymore. But definitely watching on this, right at the beginning when the slaves take over the ship they're on, yeah, things get pretty brutal. So basically it is about some slaves, and Matthew McConaughey's character is sort of an up-and-coming lawyer, and he manages to sort of wangle his way into representing the slaves, not just his character, but all the slaves on the ship. And it's actually quite an important part in the history of slaves, you know, which is a horrible thing, and sadly it still goes on today. But yes, great film by Steven Spielberg. Sounds great, it looks great, and it's a really compelling story. There's kind of a sad twist at the end, but it just reiterates what us humans can be like. Yes, we could be pretty disgusting people, but that's the first film. Second film, as I said, also a Steven Spielberg film. Yeah, it just says a Steven Spielberg, it doesn't say produced or directed or whatever, it just says a Steven Spielberg film. But this one stars Tom Hanks and a Mark Rylance, and it is Bridge of Spies. So this says based on or inspired by a true story. So Mark's character is a spy, or he's accused of being a spy, and Tom Hanks's character as a lawyer is tasked with defending him, and the CIA want to basically work out an exchange, because this is during the Cold War, when the B-52 spy planes were flying over Russia and taking pictures, and well, they managed to shoot one down, didn't they? So of course they get an American pilot, and they're going to try and extract all sorts of information out of him. So to save face, the Americans offer back their Russian spy in exchange for their pilot. But there's a third person that gets involved. So there's a very famous wall which sadly went up right through the middle of Germany, and of course that is the Berlin Wall. Thankfully now it's not there anymore, but this film depicts when it went up, and a student basically kind of gets caught up in everything that's going on. Very compelling story again, very nicely put together. Again, picture looks great on this Blu-ray. Sadly, it is 20th Century Fox, so I can't see us getting a 4K, but hey, it does look good on this, like I said. And there's some, you know, there are some sort of harrowing sequences, and nothing necessarily as bad as Amistad. But yes, so that's just a little something I wanted to do. There's no, apart from Steven Spielberg, obviously, there's no correlation between the two movies. They're two completely separate stories, except they are both either true or based on true stories. So that's episode 1 of my new series, Too True. If you like that, give me a thumbs up for the video, subscribe to the channel. I've got plenty of other series and videos and sorts of interesting things that you can find in my videos. And so subscribe to the channel, set your notifications to all so you don't miss any of my new videos, and take it easy.